Introducing the Bosch ACS 9000 AC service machine for R1234YF refrigerants. To decrease emissions being released into the atmosphere, a new refrigerant, R1234YF, has been developed for vehicle air conditioning systems. The global automotive industry is starting to introduce new models utilizing this new refrigerant, which requires new AC servicing equipment for handling. To compare, the widely used refrigerant R134A has a global warming potential rating of 1430, and the new R1234YF is rated at 4. Beginning in 2011, refrigerants with a global warming potential rating below 150 will only be approved for new vehicle platform introduction in Europe. Going forward, any new passenger car, passenger van, or light-duty truck platforms introduced throughout the European Union after January 1, 2011 will be required to utilize R1234YF. Characteristics of R1234YF include: its temperature and performance characteristics are very similar to R134A. It has a global warming potential of only 4. It is classified by the American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning as slightly flammable. R1234YF requires different specialized equipment for automobile system servicing. It requires special AC system compressor oils. And lastly, it requires special handling techniques due to the toxicity and flammability characteristics. The VDA, or the German Association of the Automotive Industry, is a group of German automobile manufacturers and suppliers that publishes standards and recommendations for the industry. The VDA German OEM Specifications version 4.1 governs the performance of AC servicing in Europe for R1234YF applications and has been released. Likewise, the Society of Automotive Engineers, or SAE, publishes standards governing the design and system performance for American automobile manufacturers. There are 16 individual SAE standards in various stages of completion that will govern the servicing of R1234YF in North America. The 6 most influential are J2843, Recovery, Recycling, and Recharge Performance; J2888, Hoses and Coupler Design; J639, Motor Vehicle Couplers and Labeling; J2099, Refrigerant Purity; J2845, Technician Training; and UL 1963, Recovery, Recycle, and Recharge Equipment Safety, an Underwriter's Laboratory Specification. Major differences between the VDA standard and SAE specifications include system oil change functionality, system vacuum processes, refrigerant charge process, oil flush routines, and service coupler design. Important features of the ACS 9000 include stowable HMI human-machine interface with variable tilt angle, color dot matrix LCD, integrated printer, hose storage and parking couplers, filter access panel with document storage pocket, oil dye bottle access door, external refrigerant identifier, onboard automatic oil charge capability, software upgradable in the field, multiple languages, removable composite shell for easy internal service, vacuum pump oil drain and fill, safety first ventilation design, exhaust fan with external duct connection. Now, let's join Bob Wagner, RTI sales rep, for additional equipment information. If you use your ACS 9000 quick reference guide to follow along, it will assist you in understanding the screen flow logic of the machine.
On-off switch. Our HMI panel also rocks back and forth. We can put it on different angles. We have our keypad here. We have our gauges here. We have a light. When the machine is functioning, it will be green. If there's a board or there's a problem, it will go red. We have a cabinet with our oil cups in it. UV dye, our PAG oil, our waste oil. There are different couplers here, and you'll notice there's two on the PAG. Here's the refrigerant identifier that comes with the machine. It's a go, no-go, and it sits back here. It comes with a USB cable to connect the machine to the refrigerant identifier. Because the R1234YF is mildly flammable, there's some safety features we must talk about. One being the shell cabinet. If the shell cabinet is removed and replaced, there are some electronic sensors that must be in contact. Also, on our service doors, if we remove the service doors, there is an electronic sensor that must be seated or the machine will not function when we put it back on. Now, since I've taken the door off, I want to show you inside package of the machine is a piece of styrofoam holding the bottle away from the filter. We need to take that out. But we must put this door back on properly or the machine will not work. Another safety feature is an airflow sensor. We need to move 6 times of the volume of the cabinet once an hour. If it doesn't function properly, the machine will shut down. Another safety feature is this door. It has the same contact switches as the other door. They must be in contact for the machine to work properly. First thing you're going to see in the packaging is the identifier that's packed on top of the unit. Next thing you're going to see is inside the box is a package that has the paperwork, a cover, power cord to the machine, paper for the identifier, gloves, goggles, calibration ball, oil cups.
At this time, Mercedes-Benz does not recommend or allow the use of any dye added to the R1234YF refrigerant.
Desiccant bag for the oil, external bottle couplers, flushing for hydrants, and the handlebar. We must identify the external bottle before we put any refrigerant in the internal bottle of the AC machine. Look it up here. It must be in a vapor state, which means it's sitting up straight, and then we will identify the bottle. You must hear that purge and do the purge before every identification. Once I've done my identification, then I hook the USB port to the machine so the two units talk to each other. After the identifier tells the machine to accept the refrigerant, I hook up my service port, my low side service port to the bottle, and I turn the bottle upside down because I need to fill the internal bottle with liquid.